Hey everybody, thanks for coming fish with me today. Today did not go according to plan. You can see those two dots coming down. The bottom's a jig, the top's a weight. I'm going to highlight them to make it easier to see because it is super windy today. And I kept losing focus and having to readjust to stay locked onto my jig. You can see it coming over this little school of crappie right here. Oh, and I went under that one. I didn't think he saw it, but he did. He dove after it, so I came back up real quick to try and let him stay on it, and he did. And there he was. The bite was very slow today for these open water fish. Most of them weren't jumping on it. So the reason I say it didn't go according to plan, and there's a good eating size crappie. It looks like about maybe a 9 or 10 inch fish. That's what I was hunting today. You can't keep too many big fish here on Lake Darbonne in Louisiana. It has they have kind of a strange, sort of a reverse slot thing where you can only keep 7 fish that are 12 inches or bigger, but you can keep a lot more smaller fish. And so there's the jigs again. You can watch, I'm coming over all these open water fish. They were not very active. So you see I missed that one that was further out, but I came over one right there, and I'm going to miss a lot of these. They're just not very active out here, these fish that aren't on structure. But this was my plan today. I planned on going after open water, deeper water fish out here near the channel or in the channel on Lake Darbonne. But I kind of messed my plan up, and you'll see why a few fish from now. If you stay here, you're gonna see why I abandoned these open water fish and my plan for the day. There, this last fish, there he is. He jumped on it, thankfully. Because what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4. I probably went over 6 fish, and 1 out of the 6 actually, was active enough to bite it, or I got on him just perfect enough. But these open water ones, it was slow going. So I was out here for an hour and a half at first, kind of figuring out what they wanted and where they were and how they were behaving. But this was about normal for these fish that weren't holding on structure. 1 in 6 was active and wanting to bite. But that was my plan. I was coming out here chasing after these fish. I was like, all right, I'm not going to go to any of my big brush pile or laid down tree spots. I want to come chase these fish on a windy day. And really my plan was to show off my foot fisher. That's kind of why I came out here. I was like, oh, it's windy. I'm going to show you guys how, it's this one. Yeah, he did turn pretty quick. That's a bigger fish. But I was going to show off, how I can stay locked onto these open water fish, even on a windy day. I think it was like 12-mile-an-hour wind today. So it's blowing my boat around, and I can stay locked on perfect with that foot fisher because it lets me turn that transducer pole with my foot and all that, like I've talked about before. But my plan kind of went out the window whenever I found this spot coming up, because yeah, even though I could have kept chasing these fish, I could not walk away from the spot that I ran into. Y'all will get to see it here in just a minute. I think this is the last of the open water fish for the day, because I didn't go back out after them after I ran into this giant laid down tree. All right, let's see. Oh, this is a little school, and that middle one hopped on it. That's a better fish. Yeah, you can hear that drag coming out after that one. And so I was kind of cringing every time I would catch one of these bigger ones, because like I said, you can only, that's not too big. That's probably a 10-inch fish, maybe 11. But I really didn't want the big ones. Like I said, you're so limited on how many you can keep that I'm after these small, medium-sized. The 10 inch is perfect. And here it is. Here's the spot. So y'all can see down there, every dot is a crappie. Yeah, just about every single one of them. I don't think I caught anything else out of here. I think it was just a bunch of crappie. Y'all can see them. This is not just one spot. So this is part of a network of trees and limbs and stumps, and the spot was huge. The whole thing probably took up 20 or 30 yards. And from here on out, if you want different stuff to look at, the video might be a little boring. This is only the first part of the video because I couldn't fit them all in here. But I stayed here the rest of the day, and I got 50 fish in my cooler today. 50. 50 is the limit on Darbonne, and I got all 50 today. It took me until sunset because I got out here. There he was. I got out here about noon, and it took me all the way to sundown to get them all in. But I got every one of them today, and I haven't done that many times. But it was a great day of fishing right here. Just one after the other. I did have to change lures. That's a good one. Lures a few times. So normally I tell you guys I stick with the bigger paddle tails. That wasn't working today. I had to size down to like a 1-inch curly tail. That's really all. That's a big fish. You see that? Man, he's just not even moving. So I kind of lost sight of my jig on that one when it was going down there. I couldn't really see it because the boat moved slightly, and so I lost focus. So when I shifted back over and saw him, that fish was already on it. That's a big fish. You can see me trying to play him in because I had a slightly slower hook set on that one than I like. So I'm always worried it's going to be like on their outer lip where it might tear loose. Yeah, it was a big crappie. This is This is a 14.5-inch crappie. You can see him. There he is. Yeah. Good fish. And I'm all decked out in my winter gear. It is cold. This was when it was still cold. Weather has shifted a good bit. This winter in Louisiana, weather shifted a good bit. It got down in the 30s and then came back up to the 70s and back down. Anyways, this was one of the days when it was like 40 degrees out here or something. And I got out in it, of course, on a windy, cold day, but I stayed warm in some of my warmer weather gear. The fish don't seem to mind the cold. They seem to like it, actually. It's my favorite time of year to go fishing. The fish go from being spread out all over the lake to being just concentrated in the deepest parts of the water. And that's where they stay. Oh, there he is. There he is. So I'm saying I got their number now because I had just changed lures. I was trying that paddle tail for a good while and I wasn't having much luck. Kind of made me nervous about the spot. But as soon as I changed over to the very smallest stuff, it was one after another after another. And from the rest of the day, it was just getting silly. So it was a great day on the water. I didn't quite make that. I know I didn't get that cast where I wanted to. I was trying to get out to that outer limb farther away first to hit that, and then I was going to hit this one, but I didn't cast quite far enough. And you can see that big bait school out there past that last limb. Just a massive school of glass minnows. Oh, that one jumped out after it. There he goes. A little noisier video today with this wind. I know it's probably making a little background noise on the video. It was very windy. But that's why I was out here to I had a well-laid plan for how this video was supposed to go, and then I abandoned it whenever I just randomly came across this spot because I just couldn't. How do you walk away, from this to go chase harder fish? So anyway, so I sat right here all day, and I still made good use. Oh, that one. No, that's not good. That one jumped out on it pretty good. Once I swapped, I said this might be a fast day on the water. Yeah. Once I swapped down to that other lure, they were on it as soon as they came across it. The bigger one wasn't doing it today. I think I was using a 1/32 ounce jig head with the 1-inch curly tail. That's super tiny. You guys know how small 1-inch lure is. It's smaller than most things that even get sold around. But if you get them, I think Mr. Twister makes some, and then Big Bite Baits makes some. And I think I was using both on this day out in the water. But if you get them and you put them on your smallest jig head that you got, just run it through the water. Oh, now see that one? I didn't know I had a fish yet. Yeah, I missed this hook set completely. That fish jumped out there and he swam towards the boat immediately. So the line just went slack. And so I didn't even notice that I had him until way out. I was worried the whole way in on this fish because I did not get a good hook set on that one. I just started reeling in and I kind of felt him when I did. But, I'm saying I'm calling that 12 because it was slightly bigger. But if you do rig up those smaller curly tails, what I was saying is make sure you run it through the water and the tail spins. And yeah, I'd say like 1 in 3 of those that I use don't spin very well, and you have to kind of play around with them to make them kick back and forth or spin. But if they're not spinning, you just won't catch near as many fish because it won't be behaving. You know, it won't look real. Oh, I see one chasing it. Here he comes. Yep, there he is. Yeah, it's like I said, I love catching fish like this. I can sit out here all day. I didn't really want to make a video like this because I know it's probably kind of boring to watch. Just, oh, this dude's just hauling in one fish after the other in the same spot. But I was not going to leave the spot after I found it. Oh, this fish. Look at this one. So something bit a chunk of him. Look, it bit him right on the butt. I mean, I've caught fish with bites missing out of them, but this guy...
Right there. Just a little chunk missing out of him. Something got a hold of him. Maybe when he was smaller, because it's completely healed up. So.
Oh, man. Yeah, I've never caught one with that chunk out of him. I've caught them with bites out of them before, but that was a first. That poor guy. Well, that's it for this chunk. I've got a whole lot more fish that I caught on this day. I'm going to make another video, another winter fishing video. But that's it for this one. I just wanted to show the kind of how the day started and what I wound up doing. The next 30 fish or so are all going to be from that same exact spot. I'm going to try and find a way to make that into something you guys might want to watch. Thanks for watching, everybody. And I hope y'all are all catching a bunch. And I will see y'all next time.